Remember when I said earlier, I've never seen so many cowards and black men in this business? I would have to put my brother Tyler Perry in that.
I want to let you know that there is a definitive blueprint that you can follow to achieve success, prosperity, longevity, and peace of mind.
I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my call, so maybe one day we'll have a conversation.
All right, folks, I got a big one for you today. You know how Tyler Perry hasn't been able to keep his name out of the headlines? First for blackballing Monique and basically forcing her to work for free, then for unjustly firing his writers, and then, to put the cherry on top, for putting dozens of black actors into dresses because according to him, it's funny. Well, his track record finally seems to have caught up to him because comedy legend Eddie Murphy has called him out for the he's been causing in the industry. Not only did he back Monique in her claims of being treated unfairly, but he full-on revealed why he would never work on a project with Tyler. You heard that right. He's revealed the true reason why we've never seen him and Tyler working on the same movie, despite being quote-unquote close friends. He's digging into Perry's horrific behavior against the black community, his shady ties with Oprah, and, as a knight in shining armor should, he's defending Monique against all the injustice she had to live through over the last decade. Now, before I get into all of this, I need you to know how big of a deal this is. I mean, for the longest of times, Eddie and Tyler have been great friends. These two had nothing but good things to say for each other. It's interesting to note that Eddie Murphy has previously dubbed Tyler Perry as this generation's real-life Dolomite. The connection here is quite something, especially considering that Murphy was then taking on the role of Dolomite in Netflix's Dolomite Is My Name. It adds an extra layer to their dynamic, with Murphy not only recognizing Perry, but also stepping into the shoes of a character closely associated with him. But since Tyler has been on a mission to create it in everyone's life, and Eddie has had enough of this, as a strong advocate for the black community, Eddie has always wanted to be there for Perry, but now things are getting a little too f***ed up. So Murphy isn't one to dive into drama. So when whispers started circulating that he's gearing up to drop some truth bombs, everyone's ears perked up. The word on the street is that Eddie's calling out Tyler for playing a bit dirty in Hollywood, especially when it comes to their fellow black brothers and sisters. This isn't Tyler's first rodeo with accusations like this, but when Hollywood royalty, like Eddie Murphy, starts throwing shade, it's a whole new level. Interestingly, despite both being in the industry for ages, these two heavyweights never teamed up, and it seems like the reasons are becoming clearer. Apparently, Tyler tried to get Eddie on board, even giving him props as a major inspiration. Remember when he tackled the Clumps? Tyler was like, "I'm gonna try my hand at a female character," all inspired by the brilliance of Eddie Murphy. But here's the twist. Eddie didn't seem to acknowledge the praise, and things got frosty when Tyler spilled the beans in an interview about trying to reach out to Eddie, only to be met with radio silence. Hollywood drama, my friends. Never a dull moment. But turns out, the reason behind Eddie's years-long cold shoulder towards Tyler might be rooted in some shady business dealings. Insiders are dishing out that Eddie, with his seasoned eye for spotting shadiness, may have glimpsed a not-so-pleasant side of Tyler. Sure, Tyler Perry has built an empire, becoming the poster child for black entrepreneurship, but the whispers in the wind suggest that his journey to riches might be paved with some questionable moves. Many folks have tried to spill the beans about Tyler's less-than-stellar actions, but their voices haven't been powerful enough to shake up the twisted rules of Tinseltown. Now, Eddie Murphy is taking matters into his own hands, ready to expose the dark underbelly of the industry. According to him, it's not just about African Americans, it extends to women and other minorities too. Eddie claims Tyler Perry doesn't care whose toes he steps on, if it means raking in more cash for himself. And if you trace back the history of Tyler's shady activities, it leads us right to Monique, the actress who allegedly faced Tyler's downplaying back in 2009.
Well, he says, "I'm the first person to pay Taraji P. Henson the most money she's ever made." And then we said, "But did you pay her fairly?" And then he said, "I paid her more than she's ever made."
And that's not all that she had to say.
Remember when I said earlier, I've never seen so many cowards and black men in this business? I would have to put my brother Tyler Perry in that.
Even after 15 years, Monique is still feeling the impact, losing a substantial amount of money due to Tyler's alleged games. Hollywood's got some deep-seated issues, and it looks like Eddie Murphy is ready to shine a light on the not-so-pretty truths.
See, when no one's watching, who are you? To when everyone's watching. And we got a chance to see him when no one was watching.
Shocked. Well, it's Hollywood. My dudes, where loyalty is a rare find, and the tea is hotter than ever. In a no-holds-barred conversation with Shannon Sharpe, Monique dropped some truth bombs about how her clash with Tyler Perry led to her being blacklisted from the industry, causing her family to lose tens of millions of dollars. According to Monique, it was Tyler and his buddy Oprah who kickstarted the campaign to tarnish her reputation, labeling her as difficult to work with. Monique recently made waves during an explosive 3-hour conversation on the podcast Club Shay Shay. In this marathon discussion, the precious actress didn't hold back, airing out her grievances with several former collaborators. Following in the footsteps of Cat Williams, Monique took aim at D.L. Hewley, Tiffany Haddish, and Kevin Hart, and reignited a long-standing feud with Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry. Monique's clash with Tyler Perry dates back well over a decade, and despite occasional lulls, the conflict has never found a resolution. The podcast episode provided a platform for Monique to revisit and share her perspective on the long-standing feud. Let's dive into what she had to say and the origins of this age-old conflict. In the same revealing interview, Monique shared how she received a call from Felita, who informed her that Tyler thought she was too challenging to work with. Not only did Tyler expect her to work for free, but he also took it to the next level by spreading toxic rumors, effectively ruining her chances of landing roles in Hollywood for over a decade. Monique expressed the deep betrayal, emphasizing that the lies Tyler spread cost her family a hefty sum, amounting to tens of millions of dollars, all over false rumors. According to Monique, after the fallout from the film, her career took a hit, with producers labeling her as difficult to work with. Over the years, Monique has claimed that Precious director Lee Daniels privately expressed regret for how she was treated, but both Oprah and Tyler Perry have refused to issue public apologies. Adding a new layer to the saga, Monique asserts that she possesses an audio recording from 2022 in which Tyler Perry supposedly agrees to publicly admit his wrongdoings and mend fences. However, as of her Club Shay appearance, it appears Perry has not followed through on that promise. In an effort to address the situation, Monique sent the recording to civil rights leader Al Sharpton, who agreed to mediate a public discussion between her and Tyler Perry. This ongoing drama is certainly taking unexpected turns, and it remains to be seen how it will unfold in the public eye. The feud didn't stop there. Tyler Perry defended his stance, stating he doesn't believe in giving money away for free, while Monique stood her ground, refusing to compromise her worth. The drama reached another level when Monique revealed that Tyler went the extra mile to interfere with her acting opportunities after she turned down an uncompensated request to fly to France for the Precious movie festival promotion. Monique recalled telling Tyler, "I cannot work for free. I've done what I was supposed to do." Living with a damaged reputation in Hollywood, Monique felt the impact on her ability to generate wealth for her kids. She accused Tyler Perry of not considering the long-term consequences when he aimed to teach her a lesson, leaving her uncertain about her family's future due to lost decades in her acting career. Hollywood's behind-the-scenes drama takes a toll, and Monique's story sheds light on the harsh realities faced by those who stand up against powerful figures in the industry. Monique didn't hold back as she unfolded another chapter in her clash with Tyler Perry. After the industry fallout and the substantial financial loss, Perry reportedly took it a step further by demanding a public apology from her, not just to him, but also to other industry players like Oprah. After reaching out to Al Sharpton, Monique experienced a prolonged period of radio silence from the Reverend lasting over 6 months. In her account on Club Shay Shay, Monique suggested that the sudden quietude might be attributed to Sharpton's apparent change of tone, as he was later seen on a podium discussing the perks of flying on Tyler Perry's private jet. This unexpected turn of events left Monique speculating about the potential influence behind the scenes. As of now, Tyler Perry has yet to publicly address the long-standing feud or take responsibility for the impact on Monique's career. Clearly, Monique is not ready to move on from the beef just yet. She's gearing up to bring her grievances on the road during Cat Williams' Dark Matter tour, ensuring that the saga continues to unfold in the public eye. The drama persists, and it seems like there's no resolution in sight for this ongoing Hollywood feud. This incident, according to Monique, is just one instance of Perry's actions. It paints a picture of a man who, despite advocating for Black people on the surface, seems to prioritize his own interests above all else. The demand for a public apology adds another layer to the narrative, showcasing the power dynamics and personal stakes at play behind the scenes in Hollywood. In Monique's eyes, It appears that Tyler Perry's advocacy for the black community might have some limits when it comes to his own ambitions and relationships within the industry.
Money, it was like $3 million. I'm gonna pay for it. I want cash. I was, you know.
Perry always seems to dodge those major scandals, right? People say it's all because of his crazy wealth and those high-powered connections he's got in the industry. Like, he's practically untouchable. But here's the scoop. Not everyone's buying into the whole Mr. Clean image. There are folks out there who see through the smoke and mirrors thinking, hold up, is this guy for real? Despite all the success and flashy connections, some people are side-eyeing Tyler Perry and questioning what's really going on behind the scenes. Sure, he's got the big bucks and the Hollywood pals, but there's this growing feeling among some folks that Tyler might not be as squeaky clean as he wants us to believe. Oh, and get this, Tyler Perry's all about putting himself first, no doubt. Remember that time he straight up axed the entire writing squad because they didn't vibe with his grand vision of the perfect script? Talk about a power move. And here's the kicker. It's not a one-time thing. Recent stories are popping up left and right, painting Tyler Perry's career as one wild roller coaster of drama and surprises. It's like scandal could practically be his middle name, given how much he apparently enjoys bending folks to his will and shaking things up in the process. Buckle up, because in Tyler Perry's world, it seems like there's always a twist waiting around the corner.
I did have a writer's room about 10 years ago. I had the writer's room, and they were turning in scripts that weren't up to par for my audience.
But it's not just that. He also has questionable creative choices. Some say his casting and storytelling may be contributing to the success of his movies, but there's a catch. It's wrapped up in the biases of Hollywood. People believe Perry's got this secret recipe for portraying the black community, and it involves diving deep into community dysfunction, often relying on explicit narratives. The thing is, there's a flip side to this. Critics argue that in his pursuit of what he calls the truth about black people, Tyler Perry ends up perpetuating harmful stereotypes. Dark-skinned actors often find themselves pigeonholed into villain roles, reinforcing damaging ideas. It's like Tyler's creating a continued stereotype in his productions, and not everyone's a fan. While the rest of the world is moving towards more inclusive and positive narratives, Tyler seems to be sticking to his guns. Despite the criticism, he's unabashedly doing what he loves. In his words, I love the movies that I've done because they are the people that I grew up with, that I represent. What is important to me is that I'm honoring the people that came up and taught and made me who I am. It's a balancing act between honoring his roots and navigating the evolving landscape of storytelling and representation. The man has undeniably carved out a unique space in Hollywood, a feat achieved by very few black individuals. However, the flip side of this success story paints a darker picture, one where Perry is accused of exploiting black talent throughout his career. It's a head-scratcher, really. Perry isn't some struggling artist, and the quality of his work given his influence could be much better, but it seems like the main focus is the cash register ringing. While amassing a staggering fortune of $1 billion, Perry's methods are now under scrutiny, and there's a growing belief that this wealth came at a steep price, the alleged underpayment and mistreatment of his own employees. No wonder some respectable actors are giving his studio a wide berth. Here's the laundry list: accusations of fraud with the government, disturbing tales of harassment allegations, and claims that people are forced to endure a hostile atmosphere due to unsolicited and unwelcome intimate advances and comments.
So we literally run the entire episode for him, and he hates it. Does that mean I have to learn a whole new script? Yes, that's what it means.
It's a messy scenario, and it raises questions about the true cost of Tyler Perry's success and the toll it might have taken on those who contributed to building his empire. Hollywood drama strikes again, and this time it's happening behind the scenes at Perry's studio. Even years after moving beyond his initial comedy ventures, the writer-director admits to still encountering skepticism and doubt from some corners of Hollywood, given the steady stream of rumors seeping out from behind the walls of his studio. Well, it's not exactly shocking that he's still under the spotlight. The drama just seems to follow him, casting a shadow over the narrative of his Hollywood journey.
Was the most stressful and hardest thing that I've ever done in my entire life. I had no idea that Tyler Perry's studio schedule was so drastic. If you're working on a regular network show, they take a whole week to film an episode. Tyler Perry Studios, they film an episode in one day. The character was Jeffrey,
one day,
high school teenager who is very intellectual who's getting bullied at school. I take 2 to 3 days to learn the entire script.
This actor also mentioned how Tyler makes horrible demands from the team.
The day of filming, first thing we do is a table read. I know all of my lines. I'm ready to go. So the director, who is Alfonso Ribeiro Carlton in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he starts to block us, telling the actors where to go, where to stand. Mr. Perry comes in, everything changes. So we literally run the entire episode for him, and he hates it.
And that's not the end of it.
Does that mean I have to learn a whole new script? Yes, that's what it means. Mr. Perry on the spot starts rewriting the entire script, and he's feeding me the lines to say, and the director is kind of standing on the side like, you better do it, because if not, they will fire you.
And there were even times when he would change everything on the script because he just felt like it.
They will fire you. Here is where the shoe hit the fan. So in the middle of Mr. Perry changing up the scenes, he says, you know, I want Jeffrey to be gay, and he has a crush on his bully. That's not what I auditioned for. What?
And this is just one of the many people who have spoken up against him. Even people on the social media platform X have been writing about him. One person wrote, "Never forget when the WGA had to picket at Tyler Perry Studios after he fired a bunch of his writers for their union activity." The crux of the matter is that Tyler Perry allegedly terminated 4 artists in retaliation for their involvement in union activities during the writers' strikes. The charge also accused Perry's company of negotiating in bad faith with the Guild, which was in the process of seeking a contract for the writers on Perry's cable TV series, House of Pain. Notably, the 4 dismissed writers were all African Americans, with a collective contribution of over 100 episodes. Furthermore, Perry reportedly refused to agree to a Writers Guild of America, a WGA contract that would provide healthcare benefits and pensions for the writers. The writers claim that Perry had warned them weeks prior to being cautious about pushing for the WGA deal, stating that they could be replaced. This adds another layer to the ongoing controversies surrounding Tyler Perry and his alleged actions within the realm of labor relations and writers' rights. With more stories about his treatment getting leaked, the prospect of Tyler Perry closing his studio might not be that surprising. The continuous revelations are taking a toll on his reputation in the movie industry, leaving it forever tarnished. The once seemingly untouchable director now faces a dwindling pool of actors willing to sign up for a collaboration with Perry. It's a tough blow for someone who has played a significant role in Hollywood, and the unfolding narrative is reshaping how he's perceived within the industry. There have been rumors and claims suggesting a connection between Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey, with some speculating that the two utilize their power and influence to potentially blacklist artists and create difficulties for them if situations don't align with their preferences. Such allegations, if true, would point to the potential misuse of their industry influence to control or manipulate the careers of others. However, it's important to note that these are unverified assertions and should be approached with a degree of skepticism until further substantiated. Hollywood often involves complex relationships and power dynamics, and rumors of such practices are not uncommon. One tweet said, "Hollywood's biggest scammer, Tyler Perry comes second. Poor Oprah, Hugh, the universe is working on you too, babe. Them games you played will be aired out like a stank fart in a busted hoopty." So, what do you think? Is it time for Tyler Perry to pack his bags and leave the world of Hollywood behind? Or is all this included in the Hollywood package? Comment down below and let us know. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button to never miss out on any new videos. Until then, fam, keep it real.